Alright guys, today we are going to be working on my GT Interceptor. This is the one that had the stuck seat post. I did go ahead and get it out, which was a great feeling. If you haven't seen that short, I'll see if I could put it around here somewhere. So we're just going to do a cleaning because I had to put a lot of stuff in here to get that seat post, and it kind of gunked up everything else. Another thing is this chain ring. I do like the chain ring, so we're going to go ahead and keep that. So I'm going to swap that out, and I think that's it. Let's go ahead and get started and take off the pedals. Okay, so here I should just turn the whole bike around. Yeah, let me turn the whole bike around. So I did just turn the bike around, that way it's easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. Let me go ahead and put you guys here. First things first is the pedals, and these are GT pedals. I don't have any single crank pedals, or else I would keep these. But if I do find some other pedals before I sell it, I'm gonna keep these. This one here is a dyno bottom bracket, and you could use any pliers, but it is a 1 1/4, and it's loose. Oh, it's loose, so you can use pliers if you like. Like I said, it is a 1 1/4, which I have, so I might as well use it. And let's see if I can get this out with just my finger. It was pretty loose, guys. This is reverse thread. Always gets that confused. Take off the chain, I'll make it easier. Take off the chain, and keep going towards the back this way. I think that's clockwise. All right. And you are going to have to take off the bearings before you take off the crank. Let me see if that hit. Oh, almost dropped it, guys. All right, so that took off the crank, and previous owner put a lot of grease. Has a lot of junk in there though. So previous owner did put a lot of grease in there, but also has a lot of junk in there, like. And honestly, that guy's like, that's probably from all the stuff that I sprayed down there to get the seat post loose. So I can't blame it all on them. It was probably all the rust and stuff that came off on the seat post. So that's probably it. You could take off the cups and give it a proper cleaning, but I'm just gonna get a rag, go on the inside, and see if I could clean it up a little bit. Doesn't damage it if it has all that in there, so I don't think it does, but it's a little bit cleaner. All right, so then we're gonna go ahead and put some more grease on this side, and might as well put grease on the other side too, just because we're there. And like I said, yeah, these people were not stingy on the grease, but because of all the stuff that I put, bring you guys up here. Because of all the stuff I put in the seat post, I could feel a lot of that went into the frame, and I have to clean up a lot of that excess rust and fluid that went out. So I did say I was gonna keep the chain ring, so what are we gonna put on the chain ring is a chain ring that I have painted over there. Let's go ahead and bring you guys up here. This is a GT Spider. It was silver. I painted it black just because I felt like it needed to be. Then we're gonna add a chrome Sugino 45. That's not in great shape, guys, to be honest with you. It's not in great condition, but it is a Sugino 45. So we're gonna go ahead and add that. So this is a generic seat post to replace the seat post that had to bang out of there. And another thing I did is I painted the seat post clamp black, so I feel like it needed a separation from the from all that chrome. So chrome frame, chrome seat post, I feel like it needed like a tiny bit of color in between. So I painted the seat clamp black. Also, guys, before you like completely crucify me for painting a GT seat clamp, you can't see the logo anymore. Like, you couldn't see it anyways. It was so far, it was so faded from constantly being cleaned that okay, there it goes. The GT was so far gone that that little extra layer of paint really makes a difference. Make sure it's on right. Yeah, so the GT was so far gone that you couldn't even tell that it said GT. I just know it's a GT because of the style. And let's go ahead and put the seat. Also got a brand new nut and bolt. Get these at like Lowe's and Home Depot and all that good stuff. I recommend it. Makes it look a little bit nicer, especially when you paint so much. You want to do a little bit extra to pop it off a little bit. So I did buy a new bolt, but I guess it didn't want to work, so we're just going to go ahead and throw on the other one, the old one, which is suitable, but the other one did look a little bit nicer. It's okay. Let's go ahead and tighten this down here. Make sure my seat is straight. There you go. I just think the black separates it more, so I feel like it looks better. Another thing I need to do is I need to clean all this gunk that happened. Like the amount of penetrating oil I put in this thing was absurd. Like, I was spraying it every time I walked by. I would spray WD-40, PB Blaster, this, that, whatever I had handy, I would come back and spray it with. So had a lot of stuff in there. So I'm just gonna give this a quick clean, because All that residue from the yeah, well, that just happened. It's all the residue from the hammering and the overspray that I did. A lot of overspray, guys. Like, I'm telling you, like, the amount that I put in here was crazy. And since I had this off, let me go ahead and re-grease it, just because all the grease came off and you can tell it's all like water-ish. Not because it didn't have any, just once again, like I keep saying it, I know, ton of cleaner and stuff that I put in there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean it up best as I can. There we go. There we go. It's all clean. Go ahead and add new grease. What I didn't do, I didn't add grease to the seat post, so I'm going to go ahead and take it back out and do that. Look at this, guys. Look at it. Remember, it had when I first got it, it had black forks, but it needed chrome. The bike needed some more chrome, and that star nut is not the right one that I need. That's like a bigger BMX one. Unfortunately, I don't know how to get that off, so I'm just gonna hammer the crap out of it and take it deeper in. So I just went ahead and hammered it all the way down there. I don't know if you can hammer it all the way out. I don't know. So I'm just gonna put the new star nut on top of here when it's time to put the star nut up. All right, so here's the new star nut. I don't have the star nut tool, so I'm just gonna kind of gauge it in and tap it in and see how that goes. I'll probably buy the star nut tool soon, just to I'll just order the star nut tool. I'll do this later. Go ahead and put the top bearing in. Put the bottom one in with the forks, the cap, the lock ring, the spacer, and I forgot to clean the freaking stem. I gotta take this out. Let me clean the stem. Let me clean the stem. The dirtiest part, and I forgot it. Come on, yard sales. Slow it down. Take your time. Don't rush anything. All right. Stem is clean. Bottom bearings on, cap. All right, so we're gonna go in, top cap, lock washer, compression washer, whatever you want to call that guy right there. And you're gonna go in spacer. Then you're gonna bring your stem, put it right there. And make sure you have your tool handy. Don't do what I just did and leave it. Here we go. All right, so that takes care of the front. The seat post is taken care of. But once again, I'm gonna take the seat post. I'm gonna take the seat post back out. Everything's tight. Okay. Take the seat post out. And put some grease on the seat post. This doesn't help me, but the next several years, when the next person is working on this bike, they won't have to go through the hell I went through to get this seat post off. And these seat posts are not expensive. Grease isn't expensive. It's just the fact that I had to go through all that mess. There we go. All greased up. Go ahead and put it back in there, and we will have some grease that comes out the top. Go ahead and put it like right there. All right, there we go. That looks straight. Let's grab our rag and take off the excess grease. And so far the $2 spray paint is holding. Doesn't look too bad. What do you guys think? You think I should have left that aluminum, or you think it was a good idea to paint that? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Also, I did paint, like I said, I painted the spider because I feel like I needed that contrast. I needed like the black contrast. I feel looks better on it than just the all steel or all aluminum look. The black just kind of, it breaks it up a bit, guys. It breaks it up a bit. All right, I'm not done with type yet. And these cranks, once again, they are GT BMX racing, but I don't like, I've never been a fan of how wide these are. So hopefully you're not getting too much of a glare. Let me turn you guys this way. All right. All right. So on these wider cranks, you see how these are like flat? I've never been a fan of them. I don't know if they started doing it to make them stronger or to be able to put nicer logos on it. I don't know, but I don't like them. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off this to put the pedals on that particular bike. And this is a 3-sprong, and you could just use some channel locks for this, and you just go in there. This way, okay, this way, and twist, and that's it, guys. It's loose, it's off. 90% sure it's gonna have a spacer. Yep, it does. So we're gonna make sure we use that spacer when we put the other one back in. So I'm gonna take this off, take off the sprocket, and here's the spacer, guys. Is it glued on, or what the hell? I don't know if you can see it. Put the cranks down. There's a spacer right there. It just fell off, but I'm keeping this. use it on another build or sell it. I don't know. I feel like this one's worth more than the other one I'm gonna put on. You could clean the grease off if you want. It doesn't matter. I'm going to, just because I don't know how much of that grease is contaminated with the spray. Once again, I keep saying spray, but spray the crap out of that thing. All right, so now the cranks are nice and clean. We're going to go ahead and put the GT facing down. And then we're going to go ahead and find the spacer. Ooh. We're going to take the semi-clean spacer and we're just going to pop it on there. And we're going to take this one here. Should have cleaned it before when I had both hands free, but no. Sometimes I like to do shit the hard way. All right, semi-clean. All right, so it's going to go in like this. And boom. Tighten it. It's going to hit the spacer soon. Channel locks, and I'm being very careful because I just painted the GT center star, so I didn't want to damage it. And I've tried gloves a few times and I'm not a big fan of them, but I might try them again just because when you're working with this much grease, it does leave like a smell in your hands for a few days. All right, now it's time to put on the cranks. Notice this does say dyno. If this said GT, I'd probably be switching it. But because it says dyno, I'm just gonna go ahead and let it go with the bike. I did clean up the bearings. And don't put the bearings in before the crank. The back one, or the one with the star, go ahead and put it in first. I already greased up the other side, so it's fine. And make sure you put the bearings facing in. And then this one goes in counterclockwise. And once again, let's clean up the extra grease. A lot of grease cleaning. Oh, nope. Stay your ass right there. And now we're gonna put in this the spacer here. When you put in the spacer, make sure you put in that little nub right there. Don't drop it. Just go ahead and put in that little nub right there. And then let's go ahead and put in the nuts. Remember, these go counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. Now, again, I said this all the time. something like this will work and it will tighten it up, but I do have the right tool, which is a 1 1/4. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the 1 1/4, and I'm gonna tighten the outside while not tightening the inside. And there you go, that's it. Let's go ahead and put the pedal back. This still has some grease on it, so that's why I'm not putting grease back on it. After this, I'm gonna switch the bike around. You guys can kind of see what it looks like with the other star on there. All right. I did try to grab it from the seat post, but I didn't leave enough space. So there you go, guys. That's how it looks like. Another thing you have to consider when you do something like that is chain length. I don't know if I went. So this is a 44. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right, so this is a 44. This was a 44, so everything here could stay the same. If I would have gone bigger or smaller, I would have had to adjust the chain either back or forward, and then realign the brakes either back or forward, depending if I go bigger or smaller on the chain. So if you're going to change your chain ring, bigger or smaller, make sure that you might have to do some work on the actual chain. I think she's done, guys. Let's go ahead and take her down and stare at her for a while. All right, guys, here she goes. Full GT Interceptor. Okay, not full, but 1996 GT Interceptor. GT cranks, GT spider, Sugino 44 chain ring, KMC chain, GT Mohawk hubs, G303 hoops, Dyno Fireball wheels, tires, I'm sorry, Shimano Dior LX V-brakes, GT painted seat post clamp, no name seat post, GT plastic saddle, GT pedals. Come to the front here. What do we got? What do we got? We got the GT piston stem. We got dyno bars. We got Tech-Pro brake caliper. We got Rider Race lock-on grips with aluminum end caps. SE landing gear forks, and matching front wheel and tire, which is the GT hub, 303 X rims, and the dyno tire. She is almost ready. I gotta put the star nut on her, and I gotta change the tube. That's it. Other than that, she's ready to sell. I'm gonna go ahead and order the star nut tool off Amazon or AliExpress. I don't know yet. Put it on, change the tube, and hopefully she'll be gone. I'm gonna put the chain ring that I took off of her for sale by itself, and see if I could get an extra couple bucks for this. And